This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hello guys, I hope you enjoyed that intro. And Let's Play Ultimate has a message, by the way. He says, in honor of 100 videos and you guys sticking with him so far, he's decided to purchase this game for you guys' entertainment, rather. Let's get started.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Such a suspicious office.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I would. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing a true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
1, 2. I'm just gonna fast forward this part for you guys, because I doubt even Let's Play Ultimate would let you go through this torture. See you guys there.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. $20 clicks for room 417? Okay, here's the door.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
What is going on? Even for me, I have no clue where this is going. Even for the great Detective L, there must be something.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
What is this narrator trying to do?
Now, back to door number 437.
I'm getting my exercise today.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, a copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
What is going on? Is this just gonna unlock some...
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Okay.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the
How did
line,
I do
Stanley.
this?
I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
What is going on?
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
Alright. Let's keep going.
Yes!
Yes!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come
thank you,
today.
narrator.
Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Oh, I know. Okay, what now? That's it? Nothing? Well, that was a letdown. The story didn't go anywhere with that?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way
I
to
don't
the
feel like
meeting
it.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, totally.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all,
$1.25
just
for
to
a
spend a
soda?
few moments here in
No
this immaculate,
way.
beautifully
That
constructed
is
room.
just terrible.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
The time is actually going on these clocks? That's amazing.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Sure.
left.
Let's go with that.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Players,
up to his
do
boss's
unbelievably
office,
amazing
hoping
work.
he might find an
Let it
answer
fall up
there.
inside you, take it out aggressively on other coworkers. Well, this is just a terrible PowerPoint. Seems like to assure employees everything is okay. What is hot? Okay, if you guys want to read all this, I'll go around and you can pause. More water coolers. Okay. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. You guys can read that. Rest in peace, font. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Broom closet! Right. Broom closet. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet,
Yes.
but there was nothing here, so he turned
Yes.
around and got
This is
back
the
on
best
track.
story ever.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an
I
empty
think I'm
closet.
just going
No
to
reason to
semi
still be here.
stand like I usually do and eat some chocolate.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in so
like a
doing.
wrench.
As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
No cursing, huh? Duct tape. A world problem.
Are you
Why
really
is that
still in the
radioactive?
broom closet? Standing around doing
Big
nothing?
wrench.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm
There's a
genuinely
broom.
confused.
It's a broom. That's why. And because you got some radioactive shit.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention
Well,
it.
I took the path.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this
Oh.
consoling.
I'm going. I'm going downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. As L, I must investigate this. Oh, that was nothing.
But
Car?
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
To ask
All
for a
because he
raise.
believed everyone had vanished.
What?
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Oh, come
None of
on.
it made any logical sense.
I wanna
And as
die.
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's actually a good
Why
point.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he
Because I'm
went?
L.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley
What
said
happened
to
to the
himself,
car?
this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
Although this
explanation.
is a really weird
His
dream.
co-workers weren't
I had too
actually
much sugar
gone.
before bed.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh, there's the car
He
again.
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Yes, I'm
Then
flying.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
This is cool.
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and
Because
thinking?
I'm awesome.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all
Only because I'm L, I can
and
follow
wondered if
this
this
train
voice
of
spoke
logic.
to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in
Why
his
is there a
life.
car?
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
I'm getting
So
tired
he
of going
closed
through
his
these
eyes
doors.
gently,
What?
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
That's not fun.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be
If
fine.
L is something, L is not normal.
I am okay.
I am not normal. Uh-oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please,
Wow,
someone
that's kinda
wake me up.
intense.
My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I
Things
must
are
be
getting
real.
too
I
real.
must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Of course it did.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
I never had a chance, did I?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked
We
to
just
her
made a
place
remix,
to work.
guys.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon
Sounds
turn
like
to go
my other
call for an ambulance, for just
people I
a
put in
few
jail.
brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look
Really?
like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what
Do
isn't.
you?
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Oh, the career
She
ladder.
had no time for this,
Such an evil
so it was
invention.
only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
It's usually what would happen. Is that it? Is that really it? I just died? Well, that's not a very satisfying ending, if I do say so myself. Alright, guys, well, I hope you liked this episode. This is L signing off. I might be in future videos, all depending on what Let's Play Ultimate wishes to do. For now, I have more baddies to catch. See you guys later.